So welcome guys to Rising Coder Series, and this is lecture number 3. Okay, this is lecture number 3, inside which we are going to know the data types used in the Python, and type keyword. Okay, now this type keyword is going to identify which type of data is being stored in particular variable. Now here we are having integer, float, complex and boolean string. So these data types we are going to learn inside this video. You will get the notes and source code as well. Okay, now here is the PDF and here is the our file where we are creating our projects. Now here I am going to give one name, that lecture number 3.py, and end. Okay, now here this is the file where we are going to learn something. So the pen orange. Okay, so what are the data types in Python and type keyword? So type keyword is a type of keyword which is going to tell you the data type stored in the particular variable. So it's like this. Suppose if I am going to write a variable, suppose a is equal to 200, then after writing print type of a, it is going to tell the type of a. So let's do it. So when I am going to give one variable and I am giving it the value as 100. Okay, and when I am going to write print in bracket type, and we want to know the type of a, so I am going to write type in bracket of a. Control Shift backtick, so that new terminal, and write here Python space lec3.py, file name .py extension, and then enter. Okay, so this is an integer. So integer is the nothing but it may be the positive value, it may be the negative value, or it may be 0, but it must not be the decimal point, or it must not be any fractional part as well. So suppose I am going to write here 10.2. now as you know, this is decimal, this is called as float. Let's check. So it is going to show you the float. So this keyword is going to tell you what is this type. Okay, now here we will go next. So this is float. Now inside this lecture we are going to know these data types: integer, float, complex, boolean and string. Okay, now I am going to divide all the data types in 3 lecture. So this will be lecture number 3, this will be lecture number 3.1, and this will be 3.2. so total there are 14, and I have divided it into 3 lectures. Okay, now in this lecture we are going to go with the integer, float, complex, boolean, string. Now let's see here. What is the integer? Integer data type is used to represent integers, which are whole numbers without any decimal point. Okay, there must not be any decimal point. So suppose we are having this value x is equal to 5, we are going to take it. So suppose we are having, so first of all we are creating data type as integer int, that means integer data space type. Okay, so integer data type we are going to know. So first of all, if I am going to give x value as 100, then I can give the value of y is equal to minus 200, and I am going to give the z value as 0. Okay, so these all the 3 values are the integer. They are not having any decimal point, or they are not the fractional as well. So I am going to write print okay, we are going to write like this: data type of x is. Okay, so we are going to write data type of x is, comma, we are going to write comma, and then we are going to write the keyword which we use is type, and inside this we are going to write the x value. Okay, and similarly I am going to copy it for y and z as well, and I am going to check data type of y, data type of z, here also y, and here z. Save it, Control S, Control Shift backtick, open the new terminal and see. So the 3 all are called as integer data type. You can see here this is integer, y is also integer, and z is also integer. Okay, then next thing we are going to know, comment this, control S. Okay, now after this, so this will be the output. Now we are going to know float data type. Float data type is used to represent floating point numbers which include number with decimal points. So here decimal points is being included. Suppose a is 3.14, so this is positive value, negative value, and 2.0. so we are going to take this. So floating point integer data type, and here we are going to give as float, and here floating data type. Okay, so suppose here we have take three variables. Okay, you can see here we have taken three variables, name as a, b, c. So one is 3.14 a, which is 3.14 b, which is negative value. Suppose I am giving here negative value as, what is value given inside this, minus 0.5, and then c value which is 0.2 or 2.0. what is the value? 2.0, I think. Okay, so the c value is 2.0. now what we are going to do, I am going to write print, then again these statements we are going to write similarly. So I am going to copy this and paste it here, and remove this comment, and data type of, just we are going to change the variables a, b, and this is the c. Similarly here a, b, and c. Okay, now when I am going to execute this, okay, what is happening? Error number 2. Let's run it again. Okay, what is it saying? Okay, so this was the another file. We want to write python space lecture 3.py and enter. Okay, so these all are float. Okay, we can see that these three of them are float data type. So that output has been clear. So this is the float. We have completed this. Now we will go to the next data type. And what is the next data type here? So this is the thing, and this is the output which we have seen here. Now the third is the complex data type. So as you know, the complex numbers inside the mathematics, one variable is been there, and this is the real part and this is the imaginary part, which may be here any letter, may be I or j. So see here, z is complex number and a will be the real part of complex number, and b is the imaginary part of complex number. So complex data type is used to represent complex numbers, okay, which have both real parts and an imaginary part. So they are having the real part, this one is the real part and this one is the imaginary part. Here this one is the real, imaginary, real and imaginary. Okay, here p, q, r are variables. Okay, so p, q, r, you can see these are the variables of type complex, storing complex numbers with different real and imaginary part. Okay, so we are going to write this and check this. Okay, so we are going to give three variables here, that are the p, then p, q and r. Okay, so these are the three variables, and give is equal to and is equal to. So what are the values? 2 plus 3j. Okay, 2 plus 3j. Then next is negative number, minus 1.5 plus 0.5j, and the third value is 0 minus 2j. Okay, so these are the three variables. You can take any of the complex value here, and just right now we are going to see their type. So I am going to copy this again and paste it here. But first of all, this is the data type name as complex data type. Okay, and comment this. Okay, now here also just we are going to change the variables again, so which are p, then q, then next variable is r, and here similarly p, then q, and this variable is r. Okay, save it and Ctrl Shift back tick, new terminal, and this is the thing. So you can see this class or the this is the complex number. Okay, complex number, these are the complex numbers. So we have cleared this concept as well. Now next, let's go to the next concept. So this is the output. You can see we have seen this output. Now boolean data type, this is forward. Boolean data type is nothing but represent boolean values which are either it may be the true, it may be the false. Now any situation or any condition will have just two cases, it may be true or it may be false. Okay, so when we are going to make any decision, these boolean values are being used. Now here the T and F should be all the time capital. Okay, the capital T should be of true and false capital F should be capital here, represents a true or positive condition. Okay, so true or positive condition represent a false or negative condition. Okay, now here we are going to go with this example. Okay, so we are going to give it name as BOOL, that means boolean data type. Okay, so what we are going to create one variable like is underscore sunny, and this I am going to give the value as true. Now don't write this true like this. You want the T must be capital, and similar if I am going to talk about false, it should be F also should be capital. Okay, so it's raining RAINING is equal to false. Now here false F value should be capital, and this is the thing. Now what is I'm going to use here if else statement, which we are going to learn in the next lectures, upcoming lectures. But for right now I'm going to you should type like this similarly so that you will get it. If is sunny is underscore sunny, so then you are going to make like this symbol is to symbol, and then click enter. The indentation will be created. Indentation means this space which is created automatically when you are going to work with Python. And here you are going to write print the day is sunny. Okay, and else means if this condition is not going to work, then what you have to do, similarly print the day is not sunny, this day is not sunny, SUNNY. Okay, now what is going to happen, I am tell that this statement is true. Okay, so this is the statement which is true. If this statement was false, then it is not going to execute this, it is going to directly execute this. But this statement is true, so this statement is true, so that it is the output will be this. Okay, and this will be executed inside the terminal. Let's see. Okay, the day is sunny. And what if I make this false value? And what if I make this false value? So this statement is false, and when this statement is going to be false, this is not going to execute. The else statement is going to execute. The day is not sunny. Let's check. Okay, the day is not sunny. That is the thing. Okay, now I'm going to make it true as well. Okay, and let's check what is this type. If I'm going to write here, okay, copy this 2 lines, paste it, save it. I'm going to remove the comment, and here the variables, this variable I'm going to copy, and this is the variable. You want to see the type, so it should show me the boolean value. Paste it, and this one is the another variable which is going to be paste here and here. Okay, when I'm going to execute this, you will see. Okay, so both are the boolean data types. And the day is sunny, why it has printed? So this was true statement, and this is true statement, so it is going to print me this value. Okay, the next data type here is string data type, string str data type. So that is nothing but string. Okay, I'm going to comment this, and next data type is str space string data type. Okay, so string data type is the next point. So string data type is nothing but where we are going to enter the string. Okay, it may be inside the single quotes, it may be inside the double quotes. String data type is used to represent strings which are sequence of characters. Okay, there are some characters. Strings are used to work with the textual. Basically we are going to enter a textual data. So this is two variables, quotas and message, and this is the string inside the double quotes and this is the string inside the single quotes. Okay, we are going to see this right now. So quotas I'm going to create. Inside this I'm going to write in double quote rising quotas era. Okay, era. And inside the single quotes below I'm going to give a message variable, means this is going to be storing some value like share, subscribe. Okay, so what is going to happen, this is going to be stored inside this and this is going to store inside this. Now let's see when I'm going to print. Okay, when I'm going to print this, is it going to show me that string data type? Is it string data type? So let's check. So for that we want this to be copy, paste it here and paste it here as well, and then message, copy and paste it here as well and here as well. Okay, save it and Ctrl+Shift backtick. I'm going to execute. Then you can see the both of the quotas and message, these both are the strings. Okay, and this is all about in this lecture. Now the string operations can be performed, which we are going to know in the upcoming lecture. Concatenation means nothing but there are two strings and we are going to add them and combine and form new string. Okay, and slicing is nothing but suppose string is like this, rising, so I am going to slice the string. So there are different types of slicing methods which we are going to know all the methods. Suppose I am going to slice and take this word ISI. Okay, ISI, or I am going to slice two strings and combine them in another folder or in similar folder. We are going to know this as well. And so this was all about these data types. Now let's revise some again. So we have known the data types. Okay, we have known the data types like integer, float, complex, boolean and string. Okay, now here this was the string data type, then here this was the boolean data type, then okay, so this must be also removed. This was the boolean data type. Okay, let it be like this. And then next we learn about the complex data type, real and imaginary part, where this is the real and this is the imaginary part. Then float data type, so which is having the decimal points, so this is called as decimal points. Then we have learned the another concept which was the integer data type. Okay, was the first data type. So this is all about the data types, 5 data types inside this lecture, and in next lecture we are going to go with this and this all data types. So thank you for watching this video. We will meet soon in upcoming lectures. Thank you.